All right, so this came across my desk recently, and that's the report of Jonathan Lawson, former Memphis Tiger, potentially coming back to the program, Memphis Tigers basketball. Yesterday, there right now in the city, there's the Shelby County Program League tournament going on at Crosstown High School down in the city. And of course, since Jonathan Lawson is a former Tiger, local guy from the area, played at Memphis. He transferred to Creighton. Now he's back in the portal again, and there's going to be a media buzz on him being in the area, and if there is any chance of him coming back to this program, because Memphis right now it's clearly evident that they're looking to add another piece to the puzzle, another impact player, another wing that can somewhat resemble what David Jones brought to the table as far as high impact scorer, guy that can shoot from three, be deadly, and those in that aspect. And they talked to Jonathan Lawson yesterday. Few reporters from the Commercial Appeal, Daily Memphian, and whoever else was out there. And he was saying that, paraphrasing here, but he was saying that it's a possibility. He's talking to Jermaine Johnson, the former Tiger who's on the staff right now, reached out to him last month on the possibility of coming back. And right now, um, Lawson says it's a 50-50 proposition that he comes back to the program. He's thinking about it. It's up in the air. It depends on how things go. So with that being said, will Lawson fit into the current landscape of this program? Would he come back and be able to, live up to that potential of we thought he could coming out of high school and playing for this program? Can he live up to those expectations? Could he come in and produce for this program? Because if we're being honest, this is a crucial year coming up for the Memphis Tigers men's basketball program, especially after coming off a season where you didn't get to the tournament. You come into this season with a new AD, and you got to make a strong impression on this guy. You got to make one. Whoever they decide that they're gonna hire into that position, you know. And John Lawson, for whatever reason, it didn't work out at Creighton, which is a major, I would say one of the upper echelon programs in college basketball, program that plays in the Big East, along with Connecticut. Um, he couldn't crack the rotation down in Creighton when he transferred over to that program. His numbers dropped according to this story right here. He was behind two other players. He was third on the depth chart. He was behind Baylor Sherman and Trey Alexander on the depth chart. And he shot during his time at Memphis, he had 3.4 points per game, limited action in 2022, 2023. But he knocked down 41.3% of his 46 3-point attempts that season. And his numbers, like I said, numbers took a big dip at Creighton because lack of playing time. And, places like that, man, you coming from Memphis to Creighton, it can be hard, to crack into those type of rotations based on the brand of Creighton and what they have going on over there. So Lawson is now back in the portal, and according to this report, he's weighing his options. You got Little Rock. interested, Arkansas State, Tulane, UC Santa Barbara. So, um, pretty much, man, I think out of any of these programs, out of the four that's remaining outside of Memphis, I think Tulane could provide, something, an opportunity for him to see significant minutes along with an NIL bag, because I know he's just not coming back here to play for free. Let's just be honest right there. I know they're gonna provide something for him to come back to play for this program if that's really the case. But Memphis has to make sure that this is the right guy. That this is a guy that they believe can come in and contribute, because you got these three open spots left on this roster, and whoever you got to be careful on who you add to this team. These got to be guys that are bought in, guys that are not me first type of players, guys that are not solely focused on making NIL money, guys that are bought in. Are these niche type? Are these players that are going to have a specific niche with this team? Are these going to be ball first players? Are they be ball dominated players? Can they play off the ball? Can they play without the ball in their hands? Can they hustle? Can they play hard on defense? These are some of the things you got to consider. Is Johnathan Lawson going to move the needle for this program coming back? He coming from a place where he was third on the depth chart, couldn't crack, this rotation. Numbers took a dip, you know. So those are things you got to worry about. You got to consider about what you add him to this program, back to the mix. And I think it would be great, from a local perspective, local guy coming home. The fan base would love it. But in the same token, from based on what I've seen in social media on X, formerly known as Twitter, Discord, chat groups, a lot of people are mixed on this have mixed feelings on this happening. Some people are clearly against Johnathan Lawson not coming back to this program. Really are. And some people are down for it. So you really can't get mad at nobody. Can't really let fault people feeling the way they feel, because at the end of the day, it's about the fans. The fans are paying, the money to attend these games, coming out of town just to come watch this program play. You know what I'm saying? Spending money on tickets, spending money on parking, contributing to the NIL collective. So they have a huge say in this, a huge say in his decision as well. Crazy as that sound, because they're the ones that are using their discretionary income to watch this team play. So that's just a lot of things you got to consider, and based on what I've heard about the kid Glenn Taylor, who was supposed to be reportedly meeting with Memphis this week, that's not even going to happen. And I know why it's not happening. It's not happening because another team, another program reached out, got in his ear, got in his camp's ear, said, "Hey, man, we can provide a better experience. We can provide a bigger bag than what Memphis is going to offer you." And that's probably what happened. He changed his mind. And as long as the pot gets sweeter in regards to this NIL stuff, this NIL money, it's going to continue to happen. And it's nothing, you can't really fault Memphis for this. It's just Memphis could maybe outbid some programs, and Memphis probably can, and it's not going to outbid some programs, because you can't just give all your money. You can't just drive all your NIL funds into one player. You can't do that. You got to be real selective on who gets this money and who doesn't get it, or get a significant portion of this money. So those are the facts. So that's probably what happened. not taking this. They're saying that it can still happen, but right now it's not in the works. It's not in the cards of Glenn Taylor coming here. And I don't know what the latest is on Keelan Boone, well, I really think will fit well with this program, but that may not happen. So these guys, at the last minute are what teams are looking for right now. You know, with Arthur Kaluma, that never really shot at. I never really had a shot at that for Memphis, and he has a huge price tag along with a lot of suitors vying for his services. You know, so I don't think. I mean, if you add Johnathan Lawson back to the fold, I think they're gonna be fine, man. If this is what you decide to go with, I think they're gonna be fine, man. I'm gonna talk this in a little different video, but I don't think it's a deal breaker for the season if they don't find like a Davy Jones type like player, a player that can like come in and put up the type of numbers Davy Jones put up. I don't think it's the end of the world, man. Because I still believe you have enough on your team, enough firepower to win the conference outright. I really do, you know. But we'll see how it play out, man. A lot can happen between now and then. As always, these situations change from day to day, fluid. Players, just changing their minds, getting outbidded. Memphis getting outbidded by somebody else. It always happens, man. You know. But we'll see how everything shakes out real soon. I wouldn't be surprised if Johnathan Lawson decides to return back to Memphis. I won't be surprised if he commits to another program, but I think it's the opportunity is there for him to do it. He's 50-50. That's real close of him coming back to this team. So I don't think it's the end. I don't think it's a deal breaker if you bring back Johnathan Lawson to this team. But it's up to Memphis to determine if this is a guy that's going that they believe that he is a player that whose contributions is going to help this team take it to the next level, and that's to regain to win the AAC title once again. So there's that. All right, so that's y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. How do you feel about the possibility of Johnathan Lawson returning back to Memphis? Are you for it or are you against it? And check out sportsview360.com/ for Memphis Tigers for latest content of Memphis Tigers football and basketball program. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.